Well, hello, it's Karen McDermott Rolfe, independent advisor with Creative Memories, and I am so excited to be back in 2024 with my monthly technique layout and challenge. I'm going to share a scrapbooking technique with you, and I'm going to challenge all of you to use the technique to create a layout. Take a photo of your layout and share it with me in my Facebook group at Karen's Croppers for an entry into my January door prize drawing. When you're in Karen's Croppers, look for the album section and look for the Technique Tuesday album number 54. 54, and that will be the album that you'll add your photo to. And then while you're there in that album section of Karen's Croppers, you'll want to scroll through and take a browse because it is a great reference library. That means there are 54 different techniques shared right there in that album section of Karen's Croppers. Plus, if you scroll further down, I have some additional layout ideas in there too. So again, it's a great reference library. I also share some layouts on my blog at karencrops.com, and I so appreciate your purchases at creativememories.com/user/Karen, and it's Karen with a Y. And make sure to check out our website here because on Tuesday, Creative Memories had a big, large product launch. We have a new collection called This Life that's made up of primary colors, so it's great for everyday photos, really versatile with those primary colors. And Creative Memories has promised that that collection, This Life, will stay in our product line all year. We also have a new Sweet on You Valentine's Day collection that includes a little mini card kit. There's some new punches, a new border maker cartridge. There's some new pod systems for storage. So to go ahead and take a look at all that great stuff on creativememories.com. Also, while you're there, you'll notice that we have an album promo going on right now. So if you purchase 4 albums, any type of 12 by 12 album, through noon Central Time on January 19th, you can get your selection of one of 2 exclusive album covers. So that exclusive album cover is, they're calling it a glacier ice shimmer. So it's kind of a dusty blue with a shimmer. So there's a plain cover, and then there's also one that has 2024 embossed on the cover. So those are the 2 albums that are the freebies. So if you, like I said, if you purchase 4 albums, then you could select one of those freebie albums as a gift to you from Creative Memories. Also, if you'd like to emboss either spines on your album to put the date or titles of your album, Creative Memories has a spine promo going on right now too, where if you emboss 3 or more spines, you'll receive 33% off of your total spine order. Okay, so those are some things that are happening there with Creative Memories right now. Also, hopefully you know that I'm one of the 7 advisor designers with Creative Life Scrapbooking. And at the end of the month, towards the end of the month, on the Friday the 26th, we'll be hosting our first PJ Party virtual crop of the new year. We've been holding these PJ parties for several years now, and they're a lot of fun. We share some exclusive layouts that we don't share anywhere else. You can only get them in the PJ Party. They're all double page layouts. They're designed to hold many photos. They're also designed to be versatile, so you can use your stash. There's no special papers to buy. And then also we design them that you can have easy tool substitutions. So if you don't have the exact punch that we use, we make other suggestions that you could substitute with other punches. So that PJ Party virtual crop will be on January 26th, and you can register on our website at creativelifescrapbooking.com. Right now, through January, you can purchase a registration for all 4 of our 2024 PJ parties at a discounted price. So if you buy the combo option, that'll be your admittance to 4 PJ parties of the year, and you get that at a discount. Or of course, you can buy, purchase just, register for just the January PJ party alone too. So there's both of those options on our website at Creative Life Scrapbooking. Also, as of my recording of this video, I just kind of launched the new year for Creative Life Scrapbooking on Facebook, and I shared a super, super cute Santa layout, you guys. It is really, really super cute. So go to Facebook or our website for Creative Life Scrapbooking to see that Santa layout. Okay, enough talking, and let's get to the technique for this month. I am super excited to share this one with you because I know you're going to love it, because you're going to be able to use it with so many of your different border punches and border maker cartridges. So this kind of technique and layout, it's dedicated to my scrapping buddy, Patty. Patty shared in my group at Karen's Croppers that she set a goal for this year to try to use every tool that she owns. So she wants to use every punch and every border maker cartridge that she has. So Patty and all of you out there who have taken Patty's challenge, this is going to be a great technique for you. All right, so if we take a look, I've already started my layout here and I'm almost completed. I just need to fill in these two spots with these beautiful little pieces that I punched using our Damask Flourish Frame Punch. And here is this Damask Flourish Frame Punch. Now this, you can substitute many of our border maker cartridges or frame punches to do this technique. So I would suggest that you just play around with some scrap paper and try out some of the different punches, because they all have a different design. When you punch them, you're going to get a different looking design. I really like the look of the Infinity Heart border maker cartridge. So if you have this one, that might be one to try. But like I said, there's going to be many of them that's going to work with this, and they're all going to give you a different look. So that's what's so great about this technique. So let me show you how we're going to do it. Another great thing about this technique is that it's super easy. All you need to do is to cut some squares that measure 3 inches by 3 inches. So I need 2 more here to finish my layout. So again, these squares are 3 inches by 3 inches. And I'm going to fold them on the diagonal to make a triangle. Okay, just like that. Again, we're folding the 3 inch by 3 inch squares to make the triangles. And now we're going to insert them into our punch here. So I'm just going to slide it in, and I lose kind of control of it there, but I can pick it up here on the sides. These little corners are showing through, and I'm sliding it all the way to the back tray on the punch. And I'm just eyeballing it. I'm looking at these little pieces that are hanging out on each side, and I just kind of want to get them centered so they look about the same size. And then you're going to go ahead and punch it. And then take your piece out, and then you're going to unfold it, and you're going to get this beautiful piece. And like I said, depending on the punch you get, you're going to get very different looks for that. So again, let's do another one. I have the 3 inch by 3 inch square folded here on the diagonal. So it's a triangle. I've inserted it into the punch. I'm looking here so it's flush against the tray, and I have about an equal amount of overhang there. And then that's what I'm going to punch. And then I'm going to pull my piece out and unfold it. And I get these pretty pieces. Now look at the pretty pattern it makes here. So I like how, I'm kind of alternating the direction of the punches as I've been adhering it. So let me put some repositional tape on my pieces. I think you're going to want to use repositional for this. You are going to have, depending again on the punch you use, you'll have an intricate design, so that clear repositional adhesive is great. So my last piece that I had adhered was going in this direction. So now this one is going to go this way. And I'm just being careful to line it up there with the one that I had previously taped down, and with the edges of my background paper. My paper for this layout is Painted Garden. That was our spring collection from last year. It's still available. It's quite lovely. So I am already thinking about spring. Now that Christmas is over, I'm done with winter. What about you? We can have spring come just about any time now to make me happy. Although you know what, where I live, I have not experienced any snow this year though. And I do love snow, so maybe I need one good snowfall, and then I'll be ready for spring. But hopefully that comes soon. Don't snow in March on me. I don't like when that happens. Or worse yet, April, huh? Okay, so I have those pieces adhered, and look at it. You know, it's got several patterns going on because it makes this zigzag pattern with the relief that's punched out, right? So you can see the zigzag going up and down. It also has these beautiful little punch designs, and then it's created the triangles too. So it created some really unique look for us. Now, when you do this layout, there's many ways you can do it. So I opted to make an L shape there on two sides of my paper. I could have made the two sides to be, you know, two vertical borders on the left and right sides, or I could have made them horizontal. I could have just had one border, but I did like the look of at least two because you really get to see more of that pattern. Really pops out when you have it more than just a one-sided border. Or you could go all the way around your whole paper and go all the way around. That's going to leave you a small little area though in the center. That's only going to be 6 inches by 6 inches. So you're not going to have as much area to do a photograph that way. But if you only need a layout for a single photo, that could be beautiful of going all the way around on all 4 sides with it. Also, you're going to want to take care, you know, when you're selecting your papers to use. And I did spend quite a bit of time looking for papers that worked nicely with this. So my background, it does have a pattern, but it's kind of soft. It's not so overwhelming. It's, you know, it's not real stark, I guess, or busy. Even though it is kind of busy, it's soft. And then I have this tonal pattern that I punched. It does have a pattern on it, so I like that. I liked it having that slight monochromatic pattern versus being plain, because that gave it some pretty interest. But again, you wanted something that's going to give you good contrast. So when you lay these punched pieces, you're going to be able to see that pattern really nicely. You know, if you have something that's brighter and a lot more pattern behind it, it's going to obscure this pretty punched pattern. Okay, so take care when you're selecting your papers. And then to finish this layout, I just added some photo mats here in the green. Again, this is all from Painted Garden. I added some little triangles here to kind of give a little double mat to fill in the space. And then these are all stickers from the Painted Garden collection. So let me show you another layout I'm working on using the same technique, but with a Border Maker cartridge. So we're going to finish this one for you also. So look at how different that looks. So it's kind of exciting to me. I like this, all the different options that we're getting here. So I'm using the Sweet on You collection. This is brand new here in January, just came out on Tuesday. Well, I'm recording this a week ahead, you guys. So when I'm talking about dates and stuff, I'm talking about like last week, because you're going to see this next week. Anyway, we're going to do the same thing with using 3x3 squares. So again, I have a 3-inch strip already cut, and I'm going to cut that into 2 3x3 pieces. Okay. And the paper is double-sided. And I played with it quite a bit, deciding which paper to use as the background, which to use for the designs. But we're going to fold it the same way. But we want to pay a little bit of attention because this one has a directional pattern. The hearts are in these upright directions, okay? My first layout the pieces just had an all over pattern, so it really didn't matter which direction it was going. But when we do the folds for these, like I said, we want to pay attention because it's directional. So lay the piece so it's facing you upright, and then you're going to fold half of them by going from the bottom right to the upper left. So half of your pieces you'll fold that way, from the bottom right to the upper left, and then the other half you're going to fold in the other direction, from the lower left to the upper right, okay? And this is going to give you pieces that your hearts are going to be upright. And now I'm using the Border Maker system. This is the cartridge holder here, the carrier case, and I'm inserting the Brocade chain Border Maker cartridge. So this is a current cartridge, the Brocade chain. I loved how this looked, but play around. Again, you're going to get very different looks based upon which Border Maker cartridge that you use. And now we're going to take the straight edge of our triangles and we're just going to insert them there in that housing unit. And again, we're going to look at both sides because you're going to have a little bit of overhang and you just want that to be equal. And you can look at this embossed little notch there on the lever and try to eyeball it with the little tip or the point of your triangle to help you center it. And then when we pull it out, this one is going to pull off that top piece. Okay. And then when we unfold it, we're going to get like this. And again, you'll see the hearts are going upright. Now for our second one, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to insert it into the housing carriage unit here. I'm looking, there's about an equal distance overhanging on both sides. The center point of the triangle is about even there with that notch on the lever. I'm pulling it out. Now, if it doesn't punch all the way for you, just pull it. It'll be really close. And then again, we're going to open it up. And you'll see the hearts are going the upright direction, but each of these pieces is going a different way. So now we can go ahead and adhere these down. So my video is not super long. I got a head start on both of these layouts for you. Again, using the repositional tape and putting on a good amount on all of the pieces. So now my next piece is going to go down. Whoops. And you can see I don't want to use this piece because if I do it, my hearts are going to be going horizontally. So I'm going to want to use this piece where my hearts will be upright. And I'm going to just match it up with the piece that I've already adhered. I'm going to turn it upside down so I can see it a little bit better as I work with it. So I have to remember to turn my punched piece upside down. There we go. So it's flush with the end of the paper and flush with the piece that I had already adhered. And you're going to want to be really, careful, take care when you cut your 3 by 3 inch pieces, because if they're off a little smidge, you'll see that your pieces are not quite the same size either. So let me see here. I had some others cut that were a little different. I was going to see if one of these pieces fits in there a little better. Not really. They're about the same. So I am just going to go ahead. Let's see, what am I going to do? I am going to match it up here. You'll see how this piece is not quite fitting, but we're gonna fix this. So I made sure that it matched up right there to make that little triangle shape, okay? And you can see it overhung there. That's going to be okay for what I'm going to do because I'm going to put another piece of paper here. But if you're not going to put another piece of paper there, you'll want to watch that and pull it down. And then I had it overhang a little bit here. And I see that that both of those are overhanging a little bit. So I'm just going to take my scissors now. I've turned my paper upside down and I'm just going to trim off that overhang. Let's get it right side up again. And I just love that. Look at that pattern. Isn't that a great pattern? So again, we have the zigzag going, we have the kind of the triangle shapes, and then we have the beautiful punched pieces. Again, this was the Brocade chain border maker cartridge. And now I've cut a piece of paper here. This is also from the Sweet on You. The back side looks like this. And it is 12 inches by 6 inches. And then I had adhered some red cardstock strips here to give it the look of being matted. So these strips are just like a ½ inch. And when I adhered them to the panel, I have about 1/4 of an inch of the red cardstock pointing out. And now I'm going to adhere it here. So this is going to cover up any places where the pieces did not quite meet right there and give it a nice finished look. And it's going to create kind of a nice background there for my photos. And then I have some mats that I've already cut. I think I was going to adhere them down like this. And you're probably wondering what size are the mats. I knew that earlier. I guess I didn't commit that to memory, so I will measure them here in a second for you. You know, as we get older, our memory's more selective, isn't it? Of what we decide to remember or not. I don't worry about remembering everything anymore. I give myself a little grace with that. But it does freak my mom out, though, when she can't remember things. Okay, so I'm going to measure these pieces for you. They are 3 3/4 by 5 inches. So 3 3/4 by 5 inches. But certainly just use mats. You know, when you crop your photos, just use mats that are going to fit on your photos and that are going to work for you. And don't worry about it. And now I'm going to make kind of a little cluster here of stickers. These are Sweet on You stickers from the sticker pack. And this kind of little cluster like this along the bottoms of the mats is kind of mimicking the look here of the Sweet on You XL layered frame embellishment. I wanted to show this to you. Isn't that pretty? So this is a big embellishment piece that comes with the bundle, or you can purchase it separately to get more of these. So it is a frame that is sized perfectly for a 4x6 photo. So you'll just have a 4x6 photo under it, and it's all layered. These pieces are adhered and layered, and it's super pretty. I was fortunate and excited to create the promotional layout for Creative Memories for this collection, and my layout featured the frame heavily and all of the pieces of paper in the collection and all of this and a lot of the stickers too, so you'll get a good look at that. Creative Memories has not shared that layout yet on its blog, but we'll just kind of stay tuned to the Creative Memories blog and you'll see that layout that I made using the frame. So now I'm just going to dust my stickers here in some baking soda. I think you guys know that I like to do that. It just removes the stickiness from the stickers. And then I can place my foam squares on. And that way when my stickers go in my album, they're going to stay elevated. And then I think what I'm going to do here for this cluster that I've created, you saw how I laid that out, trying to get my spacing and then the ordering of these stickers. So I had cut the stickers off of the sticker sheet. That makes them easier for me to play with and to arrange and decide which stickers I want to use and where I want to place these stickers. But I kind of laid them out first to get a general idea of how I would kind of layer these stickers, like I said, in what order. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to adhere them together, kind of to make one big cluster. And let's see. My thought process is happening. So I had that strawberry. It was kind of going up and right, upright, but I liked it a little bit better at an angle. So that's when I redid that. So now I'm just going to kind of dust this whole piece again with the baking soda. So please don't use cornstarch. Please don't use talc or baby powder. The baking soda, it's a neutral substance, and it's going to be okay to use in your albums. And now I'm going to put the foam squares here on the back. Oops, piece of hair there. So this layout's going to be great for some date night photos of me and the hubby. Maybe we'll go out to dinner for Valentine's Day, or probably not on Valentine's Day because it's kind of tends to be a little crowded. So maybe we'll, one day around Valentine's Day, we'll go to dinner. Usually we'll take a couple selfies at dinner. If we go to a nice restaurant, fancy place, or somewhere different, you know, typically I'm taking photos of the food and of the desserts or the drinks we might have. So I think just having the spaces for 3 photos, it's going to be plenty to capture an evening out, a dinner out with my husband. There we go. And that finishes up that layout. So I hope you guys like this technique, and I hope you give it a try and experiment with your different punches and your different border maker cartridges. And then please share a photo of your finished layouts with me on Facebook in Karen's Croppers, and that'll get you an entry into my January door prize drawing. Plus it's going to create a reference, you know, it's going to add to the reference library, and it's going to create an album for this technique. And it's going to be great to see each other's layouts, right? We all learn from each other. You guys are going to have ideas that I didn't think of. You're going to experiment. You're going to play with different punches and cartridges, and you're going to have layouts that are going to look a lot different. So it's going to be really fun to see all of that variety of the different layouts shared for this technique. So again, this was using the Sweet On You collection with that Brocade chain border maker cartridge. And then my first layout was using the Painted Garden collection and the Damask Flourish Frame Punch. So 2 very different looks, but the same technique. So I can't wait to see your layouts, everyone. Have fun with this one, and have a great week. Bye-bye.